region capital, this is the GBN Television News. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
All concerned are hereby advised that the main branch of the GUT Cooperative Credit Union Limited, located on the corner of Grenville and St. John Street, St. George's, will be closed on Thursday 19th and Friday 20th January 2023. This closure has become necessary to facilitate the relocation of the branch to our new office on the corner of Halifax and Cross Streets, which will be operational from January 23rd, 2023. Management apologizes for any inconvenience caused and reminds all members that our branches at Victoria, Grenville, Grandance and Carriacou are available to serve you. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
On Monday, January 16, 2023. In the headlines, police rearrest Barry Nicholas on new gun and ammunition charges. 3 charged for incident on school compound. Catholic bishop issues stern warning to parents who encourage violence towards teachers and children. Medical doctor whose behavior triggered protest action at Mongay Hospital relieved of his duties. In around the globe regionally, fire destroys Antigua and Barbuda Labour Party's constituency office. Internationally, California hit with one final round of storms. Plus in the sports news, Grenada Pool Players Association team tournament gets on the way. Good evening, I'm Kenroy, Baptiste at Television Center at the Grenada Broadcasting Network. Details right after this.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue, available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Thanks for joining us. Education cannot take place in the context of violence and warfare. The sentiment expressed by Catholic Bishop Father Clyde Martin Harvey. This follows a string of violent outbreaks in school compounds over the past week. The bishop says recent incidents, however, indicate that parents are becoming the agents of such violence. More in this Christina John report.
Anytime a parent is seen encouraging a child of violence towards teachers or other children, that parent will be asked to remove his or her child from the school until the matter is fully investigated by the Ministry of Education, the Catholic Board, and the police. We will not tolerate such behavior in our Catholic schools. It should not be tolerated in any school. Expressions from Catholic Bishop Clyde Harvey. During the past week, charges have been slapped on 4 adults for incidences that took place on 2 school compounds in St. George's, following police investigations into an incident that transpired at a St. George's school on Thursday, the 12th January 2023. Sheldon Clark, 39 years old, Jamal Clark, 36 years old, and Joshua Clark, 19 years old, all of Jean-Anglais St. George, were each charged with the offenses of disorderly behavior and trespass. Sheldon and Jamal were also charged with being in possession of offensive weapons. The men were each granted bail in the sum of $4,000 with one surety. They are scheduled to appear at the St. George's Magistrate Court on March 9th, 2023. In a separate incident, police charged Akeisha Roberts, 31 years old, secretary of Mungay St. George, with the offense of causing harm following an incident of another school compound involving a female student. Ms. Roberts was placed on $4,000 bail with one surety. She will make her court appearance on February 24th. In a statement issued by the Bishop of St. George's in Grenada, Clyde Harvey, on violent events in our school says, and I quote, "All citizens must be concerned about the upsurge of violence in our schools. When that violence involves children, all of us have a responsibility to seek to correct it in any way we can, whether with our own children or the children of others. Education cannot take place in the context of violence or warfare." Recent incidents, however, indicate that parents are becoming the agent of such violence. Parents send their children to school to be educated and formed for life in society. The bishop added, parents must never be the instigators of such violence. At times, tensions are taken beyond the school compound into the streets. School staff now have to protect their schools from further violence after the school's initial incidents. We cannot allow this situation to get beyond the control of those who bear responsibility for education in our small state. Our education system must focus now on both children and parents. Successful certification can never be enough. A deep and effective spiritual base for the system is absolutely necessary. This is about more than saying prayers. May God give us the wisdom and the courage to save our children and our schools. Unquote. Tonight's Beyond the Headline program will take these issues into perspective as host Colin Dow discusses with guests bullying in schools. The program begins at 8 p.m. Christina John, GBN News.
Now, Dr. Groom's resident, Barry Gary Nicholas, is facing a new slew of charges for similar offenses relating to guns and ammunition. Responding to reports from Customs and Excise last Thursday, officers attached to the Customs Enforcement, Drug Squad, and the Criminal Investigation Department of the RGPF searched 4 pallets containing goods at the St. George's Port, which were imported by Barry Gary Nicholas. Police discovered a 1.45 Springfield Armory XD pistol, serial number US 698263, with 2 magazines and a total of 21.45 ammunition in one of the pallets. Barry and the gun and ammunition were transported to the CID, where he was charged for possession of firearms, possession of ammunition, importation of firearms, and importation of ammunition. He was granted bail in the sum of $10,000 with one surety. This is the second incident Nicholas, a resident of Dr. Groom, St. George, has been charged with in less than a month. 2 weeks ago, Nicholas, a retired U.S. soldier, was arrested and charged with possession and importation of firearms and ammunition. He was arrested following a search of a container at the St. George's Port on December 30, 2022. We can tell you too that search yielded the discovery of 4 firearms, 2 rifles, and 2 pistols, along with a total of 1,894 rounds of ammunition. He's due to appear at the St. George's Magistrates Court on Tuesday, February 21, 2023. 3 men have been apprehended by police and taken into custody following the frightening daylight incident that occurred in St. David on Saturday morning. Nisha Paul reports.
Corporal of Police 356 Sherwin Noel, attached to the Community Relations Department, has confirmed that a 16-year-old schoolboy was held at gunpoint in St. David on the weekend. Information reaching GBN is that the incident occurred just before 11 a.m. on Saturday, while the secondary school student and his 15-year-old sister were on their way to the Grenada Athletics Association mini-meets at the Grenada National Stadium. The altercation ensued moments after the teenager cautioned one of the men who attempted to engage in an inappropriate conversation with his younger sister. The suspect, along with two other men who were occupants in a black van, were later apprehended during a police operation in Westerhall, St. David, where a 1.38 pistol and 2 rounds of ammunition was found. Ryan Cato, a 22-year-old laborer of Boca St. George, Ali Charles, 30-year-old mechanic of Latas St. Patrick, and Dorian Felix, 22-year-old cashier of Bellevue St. David, were jointly charged with possession of a firearm and ammunition for assaulting a 16-year-old male with a deadly weapon. The accused men will appear at the St. David's Magistrates Court on Tuesday. For GBN News, I am Nisha Paul.
Other news, workers at the Mungay Hospital and the union representatives are now relieved as the government resolved a pressing issue that led to protest action last December. Rena Pet Thomas tells us more.
A doctor who allegedly created a distressful and abusive working environment for workers at the Mungay Hospital was relieved of his duties at the facility after protest action. On the 19th of December, workers took protest action after months of alleged physical and verbal abuse received from the doctor at the mental facility. They expressed that they could no longer bear the situation, demanding that something be done soonest.
Enough is enough. 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 Enough is enough.
On Monday, President of the Public Workers Union, Brian Grimes, says workers are now relieved. He said the union was informed by the government that the doctor in question will no longer be working at the mental hospital.
We also, as a union, wrote to the Ministry of Health. We understood that the Public Service Commission was also involved in the situation. And on the 12th of January, my office was informed by senior officials from the Ministry of Health, the permanent secretary to be specific, that the doctor will no longer be operating at the Mungay Psychiatric Hospital, and that is a good thing.
Grimes thanked government for addressing the issue, fearful that if the allegations were left unattended, the matter could have seriously escalated.
The situation was potentially explosive, could have ended up in something very unfortunate, potentially tragic, and the Grenada Public Workers Union wants to commend the Ministry of Health in particular. Also, we would like to commend the Public Service Commission in acting speedily on this matter. And of course, the union wants to commend the workers at the Mungay Psychiatric Hospital for taking that courageous and resolute stance in standing up for their rights.
For GBN News, I am Rena Pet Thomas reporting.
Still ahead in network news, Monk Moritz Road to be closed for 2 weeks to remedy sinking. Stay with us.
Building or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Paying is faster and easier with Blow FastPay. Use your MasterCard or Visa and pay from anywhere. Log on to discoverflow.co/FastPay and press Consumer. Select your country and enter your account number. Enter the amount to be paid and an email address. Enter your credit card information. You'll receive a payment confirmation with the transaction details, along with a receipt to your email address. It's fast, safe, and easy. Blow, keeping you connected.
New me in 2023. Coming to Cots Optical today and enjoy up to 35% off your frames and lenses with flexible payment plans available from 3 to 24 months. Schedule your appointment online today on www.cotsoptical.com. At Cots Optical, our comprehensive eye exam is always free. All major insurance providers are accepted. See in store for details. New me 2023 with glasses from Cots Optical. Value you can see.
Here is a little known fact. There is only one place in Grenada that you can get an MRI scan done. That place is Spicile Imaging Center. Yes, Grenada, that's the truth. Other centers could offer you other scans, but Spicile Imaging provides an authentic MRI scan. Here's another little known fact. Spicile Imaging has 3 centers. We operate at Grenville, the Carnage, and at the Ocean House, Grandlands. We provide the widest range of laboratory tests and services. CT scans, x-rays, mammograms, ultrasounds, and a host of other services. We are fully staffed by a team of family doctors and specialists. Call us today at 444-7679 or 440-1500. Or visit any of our 3 locations. Spicile Imaging, from seeing the doctor to getting lab tests, scans, and pharmacy services. We are here to take care of you.
Ridgeway Residences, a modern, exclusive residential community offered by Ariza. Purchase one of our completely built houses or let us build for you by simply choosing your lot, choosing your home design from our selection, and let us do the rest. Owning a home does not have to be a frustrating process. Information, contact Ariza Credit Union on 415-0994 or send us an email on info@ridgewayresidences.gd. Ridgeway Residences, hassle-free home ownership.
You ate well, drank and indulged, laughed and had so much fun for the festive season. But now it's time. It's time for some serious detox business at Nirvana Detox Center and Natural Health Store. Start the year right with your health as a priority. Cleanse and flush your blood, liver, and kidneys with quality herbs and supplements. Purchase one of our detox combo packs starting from $100. Purchase a full body detox pack starting from $500. Get 10% off on colonic irrigation. Get a chance to win a free colonic irrigation treatment and product coupons with every purchase. We are located in Grandlands, minutes before the Food Fair Shopping Center, immediately opposite the old Capital Bank building in the Regency Commercial Suites. Give us a call at 231-6642 or 418-7115 or visit nirvana.gd for more info. It's time for some serious detox business at Nirvana Detox Center and Natural Health Store. We know real body care. This offer is valid until March 31st, 2023. Terms and conditions apply.
It leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Building or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
We're back here at Television Center reporting the day's news. Your input can help decide on the way forward for the Marketing and National Importing Board. We hear more in this Christina John report.
Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell and Minister for Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation, Andy Williams, formed part of the delegation on the Sister Isle Carriacou over the weekend. This forms part of consultations to determine the future of the Marketing and National Importing Board. Already, meetings were held in St. Andrew, St. Mark, Petit Martinique, and Carriacou was the final stop. The Prime Minister explained what he deems the state of the MNIB since taking office. The PM says he hopes that following these consultations, they as a government will be guided in making informed decisions.
MNIB, as we found it, was not in a good place and to some extent has gone to a worse place. The institution is financially bankrupt and unable to pay its obligations as they fall due. So I'll give a brief overview of what I mean by that. The government has been called upon to pay the staff of the Marketing and National Importing Board for the months of November and December. And we are halfway into January, and we're also going to have to pay the staff salary for January because MNIB is unable to pay the staff. And that's just a basic commitment if you're an institution. PM
Mitchell painted a bleak picture of the MNIB's financial status, with debts incurred by the organization amounting to over $15 million. He highlights the need for proper restructuring.
But that's just the tip of the iceberg. It is unable to pay the farmers and the persons who supply goods to it. And it currently owes about $2.8 million to farmers and other suppliers who supply goods and services to MNIB. And that includes its landlords who it's renting premises from, Grenlec who it's using electricity from, and other persons. MNIB also actually owes the government about $7 million from prior loans that the government took over and paid, or is paying, from previous borrowings of the Marketing and National Importing Board.
The Prime Minister said there are a number of options being looked at, including government's intervention to ensure workers are paid.
Option one would have been to do nothing and to allow MNIB to close. And to that extent, we have already intervened because by paying the staff salaries for November and December, we've kept it open, and we are still likely to pay the salaries for January, so we are keeping it open at least by paying the staff. Government could still engage in an orderly shutdown of MNIB by engaging with the banks to see how the government can take over the bank loan and pay the loan, by severing or terminating the staff and paying the staff their severance, and by negotiating with the farmers and others and paying them off and simply closing MNIB and not having it exist again. The other option is in fact to keep it as is in terms of keeping it as a statutory body, trying to strengthen the management because currently there is no manager, and pumping millions of dollars back into it again, which obviously would be used to help pay down the bank debt, continue paying the staff until it's in a position to do so, and continue paying farmers and others who are owed. So those are...
Christina John, GBN News.
Well, executive members of the Public Workers Union acknowledge some of the positive moves made by government in the year 2023 so far. The SCAM says they announced the refurbishment of the government printery and the payment of outstanding money to workers. Rena Pitt Thomas reports.
President of the Public Workers Union, Brian Grimes, says that for the year 2023 so far, government has made some positive moves towards workers' needs. He pointed out that Minister for Education, David Andrew, has fulfilled government's promise in paying outstanding increments to workers at the
Ministry of Education and the Minister of Education, Honorable David Andrew, should be commended in relation to all the payments, the retroactive payments. They have started to honor that in terms of keeping their promise. Right, we understand the checks have been cut and it's just for them to just distribute periodically as stated. So the workers at TAMCC, they are very pleased with that. The fact that for years they were operating without increases. The retroactive and things of that nature have been paid, and the Ministry of Education and the Ministry of Finance, they are doing their due diligence to ensure that it's paid. So commendations to that. The union is extremely pleased about that.
Grimes also announced a salary increase for workers at the Grand Bachelor Juvenile Center. The last increase noted was over 7 years ago.
Ministry of Social Development, also under the leadership of Honorable Philip Telesford and Senator Gloria Thomas, commendations also in regard to what we would say a fortunate event at the Grand Bachelor Juvenile Treatment Center. Within that time, we learned of several problems occurring there, one of which, a main problem, was the fact that their salaries have been stagnated for that lengthy period, and they had to be battling inflation with very, very small salaries. So we are pleased to announce that they have gotten retroactive payments similar to what the public service has gotten from the period 2017 to present, right? And their salaries have also been increased. The workers there are elated. They are very, very happy.
The PWU president said that after numerous protest action, workers of the government penitentiary are also happy that their work environment is now safer and healthier with the refurbishing of their leaking roof.
Several protests would have taken place based on occupational safety and health issues at the government penitentiary over the last several months, and several protests, right? Past administration, current administration. But we are seeing in this new dispensation, what is happening here is that the problems have been solved in terms of occupational safety and health. The roof is fixed. There are no longer leaks. There is an air extractor to take out the chemical scent. The air conditioning is working perfectly. And we are seeing that the government of Grenada is taking care to do things in addition to that, in terms of filling holes, in terms of painting and general beautification of the place. So they are still currently working, and the workers, they are extremely appreciative of this.
The union leader hopes that transformational decisions like these will continue for the rest of 2023 and beyond. For GBN News, I am Rena Thomas reporting.
With the urgent work that needs to be done on the Montmoritz Road, Infrastructure Minister Dennis Cornwall says the road will be closed for 2 weeks. Rena Thomas has another report.
Motorists traversing the western side of the island will soon see the closure of the Mount Morris Road. This will be done to facilitate the Ministry of Infrastructure reconstruction work on a part of the road that is sinking. Minister for Infrastructure Dennis Cornwall says once the work is ready to start, the road will be closed for 2 weeks.
This time around, I think that we should probably do a permanent fix to the road. But to do so, we need to close this road for at least a 2-week period to ensure we can actually rehabilitate the slippage on spot here. We have to fix the drainage here, as well as we have to ensure that after we have done it, taking the 2 weeks period, we will be able to have a smooth flowing road without difficulty. This road is gone as it is right now, and we need to basically put in place a fix that allows the traffic to continue here on the Jones Road until we're able to fix the Molinier landslip project area. Now, I am hoping that we can basically start this and finish it in the next 2 weeks. But again, I want to basically give the media time to inform the general public what we are going to be doing.
Minister Cornwall expressed concern with what he sees as a disregard for authority.
Be mindful that the truck drivers that are using the road to still ply the trade is doing something that's illegal. At the entrance of the road, there is a sign by the police that says no trucks allowed. And if we continue to allow those trucks to come in and damage the road and so on, then we'll be basically spinning top in mud. But there will be challenges, there will be pain. People have to use alternative route because this one would not be available once we start fixing it.
The minister is appealing to motorists to adhere to the rules put in place by authorities so that the use of the alternative route can be long-lived.
I've also want to basically make a call to the motoring public. that this is a one-way route, and we have seen people come in the other direction, not only here, but on the other part, there's also a one-way route. I was coming to the other night, and 2 or 3 vehicles coming on the other route. They could have bounced anybody coming, because nobody expects somebody coming down the other route and so on. I'm begging, I'm pleading to the Grenadian motorists, be careful what you do, because you could basically kill people on the road by doing what you're doing. You cannot be coming on the route, and it's a one-way route, and vehicles coming the other direction and so on, without notice, without information and so on. That doesn't make sense to me. We have to adhere to what is in place to allow the smooth flow of traffic. If not, we all will have to basically bear the painful trek around to Willis and those places until we can find an alternative for this road.
For GBN News, I am Rena Pet Thomas reporting.
The action taken by an adult against a student isn't sitting well with many Grenadians, and that's what's creating a buzz on social media.
We present the news. You analyze the various topics and distill the issues as they unfold. Your distillation points matter, as we're about to highlight them in our social buzz.
An altercation involving a student and an adult has resulted in the charge against the female adult.
Akeisha Roberts was arrested and charged with the offense of causing harm to a minor following a recent incident on a school compound involving a student. The 31-year-old secretary at Mongay St. George was placed on bail in the sum of $4,000 with one surety after a video circulating on social media showed the female slapping a secondary school student clad in her school uniform.
Social media users took to the comments section to share their thoughts about this development. The following views are those of members of the public and not of the Grenada Broadcasting Network. Khadija said, "I would agree that the parent was wrong with hitting the child. My question is, what does the bully get though? Kids who bully other people's children, there are no consequences for them." Carolyn said, "Don't put your hands on other people's children unless you are ready to face the consequences." Cheryl added, "Two wrongs never make a right. We are free to do what we like, but remember, we are not free from the consequence." And Sharon said, "Give her a hefty fine so others will see and learn from that incident. She was wrong, very wrong." That's what's buzzing tonight. We encourage you, our viewers and listeners, to submit your think pieces on trending topics locally, regionally, and internationally via our Facebook page and YouTube channel. Continue to share your thoughts and concerns with us on our social media platforms.
Still ahead, 15 schools participate in GCNA's 75th anniversary quiz. Network News.
Level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
WeatherGuard Pro. For every project, there's only one Pro.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Why pay full price for your mobile when you can pay half? Just bundle your home internet and mobile services with Flow and save 50% on your mobile bill. That's money in your pockets every month. Plus now you get free YouTube and WhatsApp data. And you can share your plan with up to 3 other numbers. Upgrade now and get a free smartphone. Switch and keep your number. Learn more at discoverflow.co.
Hello again. The Grenada Cooperative Nutmeg Association, GCNA, as part of its 75th anniversary celebrations, conducted its preliminary round of the GCNA 75th Anniversary School Quiz on Thursday, January 12, 2023. 15 schools participated in the quiz throughout the districts. 7 schools will compete for the Nutmeg Supremacy title, which will take place on Thursday, January 26 at the Deluxe Cinema in Granville, St. Andrew, beginning at 1 in the afternoon. The schools that will battle in the final are Uganda Martyrs Catholic School, which topped the preliminary round with 170 points, St. Andrew's Methodist, Kenroy Government, St. David's Catholic, St. Patrick's Catholic, St. Andrew's Catholic, as well as St. Giles Anglican. It's a day etched in Grenada's history, albeit not a happy one. It's time to take a peek through the GBN eyesore lens to look back on a day that tragedy struck.
A good eye captures all. GBN eyesore is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
In tonight's eyesore, we take a look back to 3 decades ago. Today, January 16, 2023, marks 32 years since the large rock fell on the minibus Greenleaf in Concord, St. John, killing all 9 persons on board. This accident took place on January 16, 1991, and is to date the worst accident in Grenada's history. The bus was en route to St. George, coming from St. Patrick. A monument was erected near the site in honor of the 9 people. RIP to those who lost their lives. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
Beverly Telesford is up next with the sports news and around the globe.
Your gifts of love for cheer 2.0. Tis the season for holly jolly days at the communal. It's all about sharing the warmth of this season with those you love. Getting on this special loan, taking advantage of great interest rates with no principal payments until January 2023. Share the gift of love. Offer ends January 31st, 2023. Lending terms and conditions apply. Gifts of love with
affordable quality products delivered to you via Superb Service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven Products, Bibin Diapers, New Bright Laundry Detergent, Allegra Pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
When you need your prescription filled or you require non-prescribed medication, supplements, or all your personal needs, visit Gittins Healthcare at locations on Wall Street, Grand Anse, Victoria Street, Granville, and Central Deputy Street, Guelph. Gittins Healthcare aims to provide an exceptional personalized pharmacy experience. Additionally, children under 5 and adults 55 years and over will enjoy 10% discount on purchases of $20 and over on prescription medication. Stop settling for less. Visit Gittins Healthcare, where your health is our priority.
Good evening, sporting fans. The Grenada Pool Players Association kicks off their national team pool tournament for 2023 with 7 teams registered from 4 different locations nationwide. The tournament director and head referee is Larry Noel.
But what the association has done over the years is that we have moved from just having individual tournaments into having doubles tournaments, and last year for the first time we had team tournaments, which this year the new team tournament has just started at Granville, of which we have 7 teams from around the island participating in that.
The association is in pursuit of growing the sport to extend to the regional and international fields.
Over the years, we've taken teams, we've traveled to Barbados, St. Lucia, we've always been victorious, and we also send players to play on an international level in Las Vegas. We've been doing that since 2002 to play in the CSI BCA International pool event over there. So over the years, pool has been trying to move away from that backroom kind of in a bar, drinking, smoking, doing kind of things, and it has come a long way, especially with the events that we've been hosting on Saturdays at the different venues around the island.
The event is a means of fostering team spirit among the pool players and enthusiasts on the island. The tournament runs for 7 weeks, which climaxes on the first week of March. The Subway Inter-Secondary School basketball competition for both boys and girls is in full swing. Matches continue to play at the different selected venues across the country. Secondary schools came up against Wesley College on the Carnage. Communications officer in the Ministry of Sports is Karine Moraine Alexander. She has the details.
The following results are from Day 3 of the Subway Secondary Schools basketball tournament played on Grenville Hard Court on Friday, 13th January 2023. Anglican High School against St. Joseph's Convent, St. Andrew. Anglican High School came out on top with 18 points. Top scorer, Ania Redhead with 8 points. St. Joseph's Convent, St. Andrew scored 3 points. Top scorer, Abriana Williams, 2 points. Matches continued today at 3 locations, the Carnage, Grenville, and Guelph Hard Courts. In the female division, St. Joseph's Convent, St. George's played against Happy Hill Secondary School. In the male division, Westerhall Secondary School versus defending champions GBSS. So there were 2 games on the Carnage. At Grenville, SAS played against Grenada Christian Academy, and St. Mark's Secondary School versus MacDonald College at the Guelph Hard Court.
Moving now to cricket, Zeta James put in a gritty all-round performance versus Ireland to guide the West Indies under-19 women's team to victory in their first match of the ICC Women's Under-19 T20 World Cup in South Africa. Batting first after the Irish won the toss, the West Indies posted 125 for 3 in their 20 overs, with James topping the scores with 52. Cumberbatch chipped in with 21 not out. James then went about putting in a sterling effort with the ball to defend that score. The 18-year-old left-handed Lucian took 4 wickets at the cost of 20 runs in 4 overs, including the wickets of Ireland captain Amy Hunter for 21 and top scorer Annabelle Squares, who hit 42. As they could only manage 118 for 7 in their allotment of overs, the West Indies under-19 women won by 7 runs. James easily walks away with the player of the match honors. They next face Indonesia on Tuesday from 7:45 a.m. Eastern Caribbean time. And that was a look at sports. Stay with us for a look around the region. This is your One Caribbean Media Hookup. I'm your presenter, Beverly Telesford. The Antigua-Barbuda Labour Party St. John's City East Constituency office has been razed by fire. The blaze reportedly began around 3:30 a.m. on Monday, mere hours after ABLP incumbent Melford Nicholas and his team wrapped up a strategy meeting. While he could not quantify the extent of the damage, Nicholas says there were several broken windows and at least 2 offices have been completely gutted. Just 2 days before general elections, Nicholas has decried the political violence which has plagued the constituency in recent weeks. He has discouraged his party supporters from any retaliation. While neighbors report seeing several figures flee the vicinity of the blaze after it began, police are now conducting their investigations. Moving now to Guyana, as the Budget 2023 presentation by Senior Finance Minister Ashni Singh approaches, many Guyanese are hopeful that the budget will address the needs for public servants and to provide tangible assistance to alleviate the high cost of living. We get more in this HGP TV report.
Due to Guyana's thriving oil and gas sector, and with approximately $600 million in the Natural Resources Fund, several citizens call on the government to proverbially up their game in salary increases for civil servants, and more so devise measures to tackle the uncontrollable inflation rate.
Our country is one of the most richest countries as of now. And still we have people crying out for salary because we have needs.
An elderly woman called for the increase in the old age pension as she bewailed that things are really rough.
Pension. The pension, yes. I'm really glad if it could raise a couple dollars more every year because the bills then for paying, and then you got to eat whole month and the money can't even do for you for eat that more.
Give public servants or something better. Because we are a producing nation. Yes. We know to be something better.
Meanwhile, another citizen opined that the 2023 budget should be scrapped as it will not be inclusive.
The budget needs to be dropped. Everything is totally high.
I thought the cost is too high.
Yes, the cost of living is too high at this moment right now.
Budget 2023 will be the 4th presented to Parliament by the People's Progressive Party since its ascension to office in August 2020, and is expected to see critical development programs for the country. With the final deposit made in the Natural Resource Fund, NRF, for 2022, the government is expected to withdraw a total of $1.7, which equates to 209 billion Guyana dollars, which will be available for use in the 2023 budget. Antonio Day reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Internationally, California has been hit by a final round of storms, bringing more rain and snow to a state already reeling from destructive flooding, heavy snowfall, and at least 19 deaths. Storms have battered the state in recent weeks, flooding communities and forcing evacuations. As of Monday, 8 million people remain under flood watch on California's central coast. However, there are hopes that the weather should improve this week. 1 to 3 feet of new snow fell in parts of California's Sierra Nevada range over the weekend. More than 38,600 customers in the state remained without power on Monday, according to news sources. U.S. President Joe Biden declared a major disaster in California, the country's most populous state. And that's your One Caribbean Media Hookup. I was your presenter, Beverly Telesford.
Thank you, Beverly. This is GBN. A reminder of the headlines. Police rearrest Barry Nicholas on new gun and ammunition charges. 3 charged for incident in school compound. Catholic bishop issues stern warning to parents who encourage violence towards teachers and children. Medical doctor whose behavior triggered protest action at Monge Hospital relieved of his duties. And around the globe regionally, fire destroys Antigua and Barbuda Labour Party's constituency office. Internationally, California hit with one final round of storms. Plus in the sports news, Grenada Pool Players Association team tournament gets on the way. If you missed any part of this newscast, the repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online, gbn.gd, our GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Kenroy, Baptiste at GBN. Thanks for joining us. Have a good night.
That's not how you cross the pedestrian crossing.
Really? One day I just woke up and I saw pedestrian crosswalks on the road. No one really showed me how to use them properly.
Well, this is how it's done. You never cross before doing these things. They might save your life. First, when you get to the crosswalk, you stop. You look left, you look right. If there's a vehicle coming, you put your hand out, making eye contact with the driver, indicating that you want to cross. And only when the vehicle comes to a complete stop, you quickly cross to the other side.
Stop, look, hand out, eye contact. Wait for pedestrian to cross to the other side, then you happily continue on your journey. This message is brought to you by this group of insurance companies, the Traffic Advisory Body, and the Traffic Department.